Alright, all you season-changing stunners out there, welcome back to Under the Radar. And you know, Maestro, I almost forgot during all of this madness and celebration that we're in the winter solstice. And I got a feeling a couple of you stunners out there is gonna forget as well, because now it's time for us to check out which one of you crazy stunners out there is gonna start off this winter solstice being knocked out ice cold with one of your crazy stunts for another edition, special anniversary edition of the Wild World of Stunts. And in our first stunt that we have up comes from none other than Alex QCX with his stunt, The Jump. Now, for some strange reason, after saying The Jump, it needs to be hit with some form of dramatic music, but since Maestro doesn't have one up on cue right now, I think we should just go into the stunt, which features, well, the stunner that goes by the name of Alex actually taking his Vigoro, I do believe, on a little bit of a joyride to the point that it would cause the cops to try to take him out at all costs, only for him to do a slow motion jump off the side of a balcony, almost James Bond / Need for Speed style, to land on all four wheels. Like what, Maestro? Like a glove! Only for him to go two-wheeling for about a good 3 seconds, skip over a rock, and elude police capture for about a good 30 minutes. Now, granted, they did capture him over by the convenience store that he decided to go to mid-chase, and during this chase, which makes it interesting, folks, he was listening to the Ace of Spades by Motorhead. So, if he had the copyright, claim to it to actually play it during the chase, this would have made this even more epic than it already is. And I'm thinking of the song right now while watching the chase. It really is awesome. And the PR department, along with the Maestro, is giving it a 21, just like the blackjack he deserved for that cool stunt. And we're not just saying that because he did this all in the snow, folks. It was really a cool stunt. And speaking of cool stunts in the snow, folks, the next stunt that we have up comes from the stunner Drift Club Kabula with their stunt, Backflip Sanchez. And the stunner on this makeshift motocross bike that reminds me of Motor Racer World Tour that goes by the name of Kabula would decide to come up with a stunt that I got a feeling took him one try to do, even though it looks absolutely insane when we saw it, because he would decide to go out to the Grand Snow Desert, snow tires and all. Oh, wait, according to the Maestro, no snow tires. Drive up the side of the biggest rock he can find and pull off a medley moonsault, land on both wheels like what? Like a glove, and just drive off like nothing happened. Now, for those who are saying, this stunt's not amazing, this stunt's not amazing at all, note that he did this without snow tires and his head was about 30 feet from the ground before he landed this moonsault. So that lets you know, folks, if he was just a couple of inches lower, he would have decapitated himself. But instead, he pulled off a stunt so amazing that a polar bear that we managed to find during the stunt gave him a thumbs up and a Coca-Cola along the way. They're still doing that for Coca-Cola? Apparently they are. Nice. And the next stunt that we have up comes from the stunner Killstreaking 96, nice name by the way, with his stunt LTD-Futo Drift Snow. And hashtags written throughout that entire stunt, folks, and well deserved, because this guy would go on a makeshift NASCAR Talladega-like lap system around the gas station at a convenience store. Now, to make things even more dangerous, folks, he's doing this while in the snow, drifting around the gas tanks over and over again, tempting fate. And during this said stunt, a girl would almost get hit by a car, only to get blasted in the face with a whole bunch of snow, not harming her, mind you, but with the fact that she was wearing shorts and a short sleeve shirt, I got a feeling she felt the chill of this awesome stunt. And me and the maestro's giving this stunt a perfect 10 with the fact that he came so close to hitting those tanks and blowing up into smithereens, almost like Yosemite Sam during an episode of Looney Tunes. Yeah, well deserved, and keep up the great work. And don't get killed in the process. And speaking of people trying to kill themselves in the process of doing a stunt, comes from the stunner Sagan X Dragon, nice name by the way, with their stunt Zatorno Sledding GTA 5. Now, during the winter solstice, folks, we do know here at the Wild World of Stunts, certain people like to invent new stunts to try to challenge themselves or hospitalize themselves in the process. This guy here that goes by the name of Sagan Dragon, whose real name that didn't want to be disclosed in the video, would actually come up with an interesting way to make his way down Mount Chiliad. And how would that be, folks? Well, let's just say taking a well over $600,000, nay strike that almost $1 million car down Mount Chiliad in the most ridiculous way known possible. By actually flying off the side of the cliff, then having the car flip upside down, spin on its top like a breakdancer in Beach Street, flip right side up, travel down the mountain backwards, and then would be able to do probably one of the medliest and coolest gyroscopes we would see to date by kicking up on the railroad tracks, flipping around, landing on all four wheels like what, maestro? Like a glove, then to just drive away like nothing happened. Now, granted, during this well over 1:50 video, he stopped on several different occasions, but still went in for more to try to do this stunt properly, which we definitely appreciate. And apparently, according to the French judges over there for the French Foreign Legion, they're giving this stunt a 10 along with everybody else. But how in the world did they get in here? I could have sworn we had an ironclad agreement with the French Foreign Legion. Oh, they're just here to watch. Right. Alright. And besides that little interruption from the French Foreign Legion, folks, I think it's time for us to go into the last but not least stunt for this anniversary edition of the Wild World of Stunts, which comes from none other than Wonder Nat. Nice name, by the way, with their stunt, Ouch! And during this said stunt, which involves the two stunners that goes by the name of Candy and Kane, which is the notorious Christmas Santa stabbers, oh lord, I can see where this is going, actually would make their way around the streets of Los Santos, pulling people out of their cars to try to give them a little bit of Christmas cheer the hard way. And by Christmas cheer, I mean broken bottle to the side of the ribs. And during this said stunt, folks, it would get ugly. Several drivers would get stabbed, but they would survive. But for the Christmas bandits, or whatever the world they call themselves on a Christmas basis, because they change it every year, like Marv and Company during Home Alone 2, or 1, or 3, depending on how many movies they've been in, they would get their just desserts in the form of I do believe, a Zatorno coming along and hitting directly in the ribs, as hard as they could, coming to a full stop, watching them do a barrel roll on the street, like if this was Star Fox 64. And yeah, if you're wondering, during all the times they did get hit by these cars on the street, they would get back up, go right back to work, and start spreading the Christmas cheer in their own way. And if you're listening to this show right now, please dial the number at the bottom of your screen because they're still at large with several broken ribs, and I do believe the girl named Candy with 2 broken legs still able to get up and walk and stab people in the gut. Or spread Christmas cheer, just in case we get in trouble with the censors. And if you guys want to check out any other crazy and zany stunts of people trying to get themselves maimed for unnecessary fame, you can head on over to the socialclub.rockstargames page, only known as socialclub.rockstargames.com, and just head on over to that video page to check out a whole bunch of stalking, stuffing stunts that'll definitely stuff them into a full body cast before the new year. And according to the maestro, the person who got ran over by a car got ran over by a truck, and he's currently in a full body cast, and his sister has been captured. So yeah, a little bit of justice for the wild world of stunts. I love it. And with that said, folks, we might as well head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with the final GTA Online Top 5 Tracks of the Week for the decade, right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.